Welcome to Connecting Suppliers and Buyers, our ongoing conversation series where we create an open dialogue about challenges the pandemic created, success stories, and everything in between. The way we network has changed, so let's figure it out. Let's conversate. Yes.
Okay, yes. I'm Linwood Hurdle with Miles Ahead Distribution. We specialize in providing janitorial supplies and cleaning equipment. Company been around for a little over 25 years now. We have a storefront here in Richmond, and over the years we've been expanding our product line to everything from cleaning equipment parts that we currently have to HVAC units to oil drums for the federal government. So the federal government has really opened up the market for us. And we've been able to help state and local uh, governments and agencies as well.
And so you're a family run business too. You're
Ye- Yes, we are. We are a family owned business. I introduced my partner for a quick second. She's going to run. Partner, this is my partner and sister, Tony Hogan. She's been with the company full time since 2012, and I've been on board um, full time since 2009. And it was a family owned business started by actually um, my father and a childhood friend of his back in the early 90s. Right. Yeah. Unfortunately, they're no longer with us. Both of them passed prematurely, I would say. Um, but we had a good foundation when I came on, so I was able to build upon that and continue to grow the company.
yeah. So last time I guess we talked, it was before the Swam Fest, I think, in Richmond, and I had asked you if you wanted to host a table, but at that time you weren't able to, as far as because you were committing to growing your company and things like that.
Right.
How's that going? I mean, obviously it's going
Yeah,
well.
yeah, absolutely. Actually, I mean, a little bit of a backstory. When I mentioned the foundation that I had when I came on board, we had a decent amount of clients that we built the relationship with in the Richmond, just mainly in the Richmond area. But we were really still in the red. So being able to rebuild those relationships, grow them, and branch out from there has really been a tremendous success for us, as well as bringing my sister on board in 2012. We really took off from then. So yes, we've grown exponentially. I would say probably, I don't know, maybe the first time we may have talked, it might have been around 2012, 13, or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been uh, so during that time, we probably doubled our sales just about every year, probably all the way up until say, well, we've increased our sales. We doubled our sales from from around 2000, I would say 14 to about 16 or 17. Then we just steadily increased it every year since then. So it's been a blessing.
So going into, has the pandemic affected your business at all, or good or
So yeah,
bad?
so it has actually. So um, we it's interesting in the type of business that we're in. We provide janitorial supplies and cleaning equipment, as well as safety supplies, PPE supplies. So when it comes to disinfectant sprays, cleaners, gloves, masks, all of that exploded. So at first, buildings and things, some certain companies and agencies were shut down. So some of our sales that we provide, and we also expanded. Like I said, let me tell you that we started Richmond, but we have customers nationwide now. So
Nice.
some of our customers and clients have closed, but some desperately needed PPE supplies. So we may have lost some sales last year due to the pandemic, but we gained sales as well. So overall, we actually didn't lose much. We actually had another positive year and a great year, an increased year in sales again. So it's and not by a lot, but still, I mean, for our trend and growth standard, has been still in the direction that we had set out in our plan. So I mean, I think by the grace of God and hard work and being able to provide those supplies when our customers need it, and then to be able to have access to it and have it available was another thing why we was able to really increase our sales, because we've had just those relationships we built over the years with our vendors. We was able to keep our customers happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And talking with a lot of people, it's just been you've noticed that it's either you have to pivot and make a change in your business model,
Right.
or I mean, because with somebody like you know, you're out on the road a lot, talking with people, meeting with people, and then all that got taken away, and it's like,
Right.
now what do I do? And so,
Right. So it's been virtual, kind of like this.
mhm.
Not more email communications, things of that sort. But like I said, just having to adapt and adjust. So
Do you
yeah.
think that you, I guess, learned anything, or anything that you'll take positive from all this, like as far as maybe more adaptable to a workspace or something? I don't know.
Yeah, a little. Using more Zoom, having more Zoom meetings. I really wasn't using that as much, so that's something that I've been able to incorporate and offer. The customers that they can't meet, or rather, it's a little bit more personal, just personal having a Zoom meeting than just being over the phone. So being able to use that, learning a little bit more about my own products in detail, some of the disinfectant cleaners and solutions, and being registered on EPA list, the N list, and certain disinfectants. They all may protect against COVID, but some of them have a little different strengths, a little different features that we weren't really aware about. That some customers have found out, just from the CDC and things like that, that they educated us on our own products a little bit because of the pandemic. So we gained a little bit more product knowledge as well. So yeah, we were able to take some plus from it.
Nice, very good.
That
Caroline,
you'll continue to do differently, even once things kind of open back up.
Yes. So yeah, when things start to open back up, I know the PPE supply area of the business is not going to be nowhere near as it was last year, for a couple of reasons. One, customers will still need some of the supplies that we have, but they've become way more available across the board. Like, so some customers that we gained, we were like the only people who may have had the product at the time. So we know that there's more competition in the market of PPE, and then the cost, the prices dropped down significantly from when the pandemic first hit. So for us to still be competitive with some of the larger companies that now have access to supplies, PPE supplies, and that some of our customers already may have had a relationship with, they may be buying them from their primary accounts. They may be getting them at a cheaper rate. So we still will provide it, but we know that we can't depend on PPE supply. We have to continue to try to build relationships or find out what our current customers are currently needing and when they plan to open up, so we can try to be there for them to have those supplies available again, like we used to in pre-pandemic.
I'm just curious, do you see any trends or anything coming? Like, I'm seeing a lot of biodegradable or green products,
Yeah,
things
a
like
little
that.
bit. We discussed like the biodegradable tampons
Mhm.
that you mentioned. People starting to become definitely more knowledgeable about being like green friendly. I mean, we talked about green and being environmentally conscious for a long time, but maybe it's even more heightened now because we have to. There's a lot of masks now that's out and disposing of them. So there's another biodegradable product I'm trying to think
Or
of.
I was just gonna say, like, the new legislation that's coming, I guess, with the single-use plastics. Like, is that something that's going to affect your business at all?
Yeah, we've had some interest with one of our customers before the pandemic about biodegradable can liners. So I can see that probably being popular as well, disposing of the trash. So that's something that we have in our back pocket that we have access to. So yeah, absolutely.
Fitting that we're talking about that on Earth Day.
Oh yeah, it is Earth Day actually.
I didn't think about that. Yeah.
Right.
So where do you see miles ahead distribution going as far as from here? I mean, still expanding, growing, or?
Yeah, so I'm glad you asked me about that. And the more I'm thinking about our conversation, so when we first spoke, we were more in a growth stage. And recently, I would say within the last, right before the pandemic, me and my partner were really discussing about sustainability stage more so than growth, because we didn't want to bring on too many clients that we can't satisfy up to our miles ahead standards. So, and we started to review, the customers that we've already established relationship with. We was focused more on reaching out to those customers and figuring out what can we do more, or possibly upsell them on different items that they may not know that we had. So we feel like we can grow in a sustainable way just by reaching out and fulfilling all of our customers' needs, instead of just trying to find new, stay within and grow that relationship within what you already have. Right? So that's what our model is still going to be, going forward for this year as well.
Talk about who your existing customers are.
Yeah.
Kind of what their business models are.
Yes. Yeah. So, over time, it's we currently have most of our customer base will probably be federal federal customers, and we still have state agencies. So over time, we were doing more sales at one point with the state, but now we do a lot more federal work. Some of our customers include like Department of Defense, Bureau of Engraving and Printing, so Department of Treasury. Let's see, you got a little bit of like National Guard. And then on the state level, Smithsonian was another client of ours as well. And then on the state level, universities such as James Madison University, William and Mary, VCU. So we still do business with those, government agencies and state universities and government universities, and then like a little bit with VDOT, some of those type of agencies, yeah. Well, so just to give you an example, City of Richmond is a local government that we do.
Yeah.
City of Richmond Parks and Rec, we do a lot of business with as well.
And are you in a place where you can take on new customers though?
Yeah, we can. We're more selective and more targeted. So if they come our way, for example, we've learned, so cleaning services, even though because of the team that we have, they are not typically our target market anymore. Not like they used to be when I first came on board. Simply because they have a larger staff of people that require a little bit more attention to detail and this constant need. So for us, we have a small sales team. We can't really cater to all of their needs all at once and deliver stuff yesterday. Sometimes they have last minute jobs that they need, supplies, and they want to have it on the weekend. So it's a constant revolving door with them. With agencies like yourself, and government agencies and local government, they have a set need. We need this product, this item number, this part. Give me a price for it. They order it and it's done. They don't really have any additional questions or details. Or this is not what we wanted. We want something else. What else do you have? There's not a lot of not too much hands-on, so to speak. But we still offer a very responsive service. And if they do have any questions, we're there for them. So we've been targeting more, state, local, and federal, agencies, so to speak, versus cleaning service. Right.
I feel like being SWAM certified has helped you in those spaces, like with the federal government and state agencies?
So with the federal, it's a different certification that they accept and recognize. So we have that, and that's been very helpful for us. On the state side, being SWAM certified has allowed us to be registered and open up the door, so we have the ability to provide products to, James Madison or Virginia Commonwealth. But the micro business category was a great initiative as a set aside. And the first year or so, it was great, but it's a loophole that the large companies found out about. When we would compete on EVA for different quotes, the loophole allows large companies to bid on the same thing, and the state agencies have the discretion to either choose a large company or the micro. So even though, let's say, our price is competitive with the market, if that large company beats me by $1, they have the discretion to say, well, within that group of the people that you competed against, we see your price unfair and reasonable, we'll go with the large company, even though it's micro set aside. The federal government works differently. If it's set aside for small businesses or 8A firm, they only allow 8A firms to compete amongst each other first. And then if they deem the top price not in their budget, they'll put it back out for bid for large business to compete. So that way, it gives the small business an actual chance to compete against each other and win the award. So basically, the micro, with that loophole, it's still an open market. So we capitalized on that the first year, but then once the large business found out that loophole, we haven't been able to compete on either. So we've been able to just have to rely on our relationships to get sales.
It's interesting here. I mean, it seems like there's always a way around something, there's good intention for something,
Right.
and somebody's got to go and twist it. And
Exactly. I had the opportunity to talk to Terry McCullough's staff about that when he was in office years ago. But overall, though, being SWAM certified, has been helpful. Yes.
That's good to hear. What advice would you have for another SWAM business out there, and any, maybe just a starting?
Yeah.
Maybe it's talking about certification, whatever, maybe.
Yes, absolutely. So the first thing that I would say is definitely still get your SWAM registration, just to allow you one other avenue to compete and possibly, do business with the state. That's first and foremost. Secondly, I will have them talk to, even now, even if you're starting or if you're a veteran business, you've been around for a while, talk to a counselor, SBA and the PTAC centers across the state. SBA is federal, PTAC is state agencies. They offer free counseling sessions where you can get your business plan together, and anything that you want to learn about your own company, they will help you create a strategic growth plan, a business plan, so you can meet certain goals. And that will give you a great view and direction on where your business is headed. And it gives you confidence as well. So I would highly suggest, even if you are a veteran business, talk to those counselors, develop your business plan. It's all a free service. It'll be super vital to your business. And learning reports, like detailed descriptions of your profit and loss statements, your financial statement, profit and loss reports, balance sheets, cash flow statements, all is very important to any business.
Yeah, there's a lot of great resources in the state that are offered for free. Great that you.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, I don't want to take up too much more of your time, so I guess we can just end it here. We'd like to end it with like a little bit of a elevator type speech, pitch. If you have anybody that you're, looking to get after, clients wise, or
Okay.
This is your time.
Okay. Well, like I said before, Miles Head Distribution, we're a small certified, SWAM certified, 8A certified firm that provide janitorial industrial supplies for the local, state, and federal agencies nationwide. And we're very responsive, and we have access to multiple products when it comes from, cleaning supplies to industrial supplies. And look at us like a mini Grainger. We can help you with everything.
Very nice. Very good. Sounds good.